For Joe Biden, we know math.
I'm telling you, these people are sick. But Moms for Liberty is no hate group. You are joyful warriors. You are fierce, fierce patriots. You're not the threat to America. You're the best thing that's ever happened to America. Joe Biden and the Democrat communists are the threat to America. And together we're going to throw them out of office on Election Day of 2024. I believe it's going to be the most important election in the history of our country. And I think if we don't win that election, it could be that our country is finished. It's gone. You'll never get it back.
What kind of shit is going on there? Really, that's the way I start my podcast. The usual thing, Donald Trump. Welcome to the Saturday show today. This is a new show I have on Saturdays. Saturday show at 1. I just like to introduce myself. As I'm saying, I've been making podcasts for a good while now, and I just thought I'd come back with another podcast. The last one I done was I done it there the last day. Ben was on it there. A new man there was on it. He was just chatting about my thing, chatting about me, and he made a few speeches there. But as I was saying there, I have the thing on it today. Bray people news. I'm gonna go into that now soon. The Irish Independent. I got the Irish Independent there yesterday, and I didn't. There's a bit about Ryan Tubridy on it, I think. Show there. It just says the main headline was on yesterday's headline. Actually, it was on Thursday's. It just says, Tubridy's RTE future now in serious doubt. Presenter not expected to return until end of summer. Talks on new contract are suspended. It has emerged new Late Late Show host Kilty wants his pay made public, which I did look at it all right. It was 250,000 what he's getting, and then he's getting fees for his holidays there. That was in the domain. That was there announced there yesterday. But this in the thing that was committee that was on for the whole day there yesterday for 4 hours or something. So just says there's more about it here on the paper. Tubby's future RTE in doubt amid contract limbo. It just shows you them all. RTE always made a virtue of holding everyone to account, yet they won't apply those standards to themselves. Well, as I was saying, I was talking about the salaries there a while ago, but I never knew that something like this would come out in the news here about this. I did make a podcast last year talking about the salaries, and there was nothing more about it, and I just thought the salaries were high. I thought they were high, all right, and so there's nothing I can do anyway. But it just says on a bruising day for RTE executive, sources say stars won't be back on air before end of summer. This is according to Fiona Sheen, and Ryan Tubby's future in RTE is now in grave doubt on the scandal as secret payments widens. In another bruising day for the national broadcast, in May, Tubby is out of contracts, which I think he denied that. Talks on a new deal are suspended, and it's not clear if it will return at all. So that's on that page. That's on page 3. Then there's more about it on the next page. Balderdash meets Ballamash as Top Brass presents confusion and considering. That's Fionn Sheehan. Fiasco to shame Hall's pictorial weekly capped by a killer punchline. The Toy Show musical chairs. That's another thing. And the Barber Banter. That's about the Barber Banter. The account. That's on the paper as well. Seemingly they were meant to do it for a lower amount of money, but they were using it for things for sports events and that. It was like Hamlet without the prince. The actors who had forgotten their lines, according to Melanie Flynn in the paper here. And then the future is outside of what media. Insiders say quick return for Tubridy unlikely, according to Christy Blake Knox. One thing seems clear at the stage: Tubridy will never return to the same statue he has been fronting the Late Late Show. Asked if she thought Tubridy would recover from the scandal, it's possible. Whether it's probable is up to him, according to what it says on that. And that's then all the article then on that page. There's a couple of pages in that paper. The 99 lady with a fan, Kelmet manuscript set new record for auction in Europe, I see. And it's a lovely picture there. And there's quite a bit there, as I was saying. Wreckage of Doom submersion. Titan could contain electronic data. More about the submersion thing. Depths brought to shore, key to the probe into the final deep sea implosion. So they're going to find out more about that, more about the thing, and then Garda working with PSNA to trace possible victim of assault, and T could not breathe as a scoliosis got worse, waiting 5 years for that's a teenager girl who had to wait 5 years for surgery. So, and that's on that. So then, truth about Russian attack on restaurant lies beneath rubble. According to that, the strike damaged 18 buildings, 65 houses, 5 schools, 2 nurseries, a shopping centre, and an administration building. What in future for Priscon, and can he stay alive in exile after failed coup? That's that man there that was sent to Belarus, Wagner Group, and that's the leader there. So there's Putin claims he's in control. Russia allied is not so sure. Failed base. That's then on all. That's all the news then on most on that. Uh, and then there's an article on that. A comment Mary McCarthy. Why I offer my teenage son 2,000 to stay away from booze until he turns 18. That's good. That's a good idea actually. If I had the thing there, I'd turn to that. And then people risk too much to get state secrets for Trump to keep them in his back pocket. Former US President Donald Trump has a duty to non-disclose classified information to which he was privy while in office. This man is really. I was saying I've done a bit on the opening promo there, and he's really something else, isn't he? I don't know. And another man I can't stick is that Nigel Farage. He's cleaning up in England with his new show, getting them all awards. I don't know what for. This man I really hate. Uh, he destroyed with his Brexit idea. But someone came up with that book because he voted for it. So he destroyed everyone's livelihood and everything. So that's what I say about him. He's a hateful figure. If I was to put him in a film or something, I put him in as a villain. Yeah, that's what I do. On television, middle-aged women are finally getting love and nuisance they deserve. The best TV show and movie starring middle-aged role. That's the thing about Poker Face, the new series that's out. It's meant to be based on Columbo. I haven't looked at it yet, but I should look at an episode. It looks good actually. So, and then there's more about then. There's more about there's nothing on the sports. There's a bit about sports there. I know my granddad looking down on me. That's Clancy there that booked a spot for Dean Clancy that booked his. And Vera Powell's we won't go to World Cup to defend. Irish boss insists squad has balance to allow creative freedom to shine. And GPA Prime for American 1 million fundraiser to aid female player. So that's that. And then no silverware, but it's a metric. Give McGaney a late status. That's according to Amar, Colin Keys there that writes in the paper. Amar playing, and then there's more Meet Ireland's history makers, the players. There's an article there about the players. Arsenal agree 115 million rice fee with Hammers. Some money, isn't it? So Kenny to keep Irish Reigns at sea till September. They're giving him another go at it, another chance. Red Hands of Fate collides with Genius of Clifford. A saga supplying points, cruel injury, red mystery, and twice as many losses. That's Tyrone and Kerry, the match that's on the next day. And it's be interesting to see who wins that. And then Harrington steals Paris Place as Irish hopes ride qualifying roller coaster. Joy for Olympic champ, but Protoss suffers pain of defeat. I don't know if I'll ever trap an amateur glove around my hand again, or I'll go pro. That's according to Amy Ho. So it's good about Kelly Harrington. I'd like to congratulate her on qualifying there. So that's on that paper there. That's on the Irish Independent. It's got a bit of news there. So, and then I was just going to look at another bit of thing there. I don't have any more about Trump. It just says more about on this paper here. Late Late Show to be cut by nearly 2 months when Patrick Keelty takes over RTE month. RTE admits they're going to cut it there for a couple of weeks. And then there's more about it. Don't go anywhere. President Joe Biden walks away during President's live interview intro, according to that. And then Fionn Sheahan, barely a single reputation is left intact as PAC draws blood. So that's the latest then. Ryan Tumpety scandal. Who are the other RTE stars presented by Noel Kenny, who see Late Late Show, Water and Dale? This Noel Kelly is a mystery to me. Buyer rise 40-foot drop after zip line harness breaks at Mexican amusement park. That's the other news then. An Oscar winner, US actor Alan Arkin dies aged 89. He was in that film, he was in a good few films there, and US Supreme Court hands Biden defeat as it blocks student loan forgiveness deal. So then that's on that. I was just gonna go down to the RTE news there, as I was saying. It makes good read there. Centre Parks not renewing sponsorship of turbidy deal on his radio. I say that came up flashing up on my computer there. So, and then the RTE news of the Fresh Prince. There's a bit about RTE on the RTE website. Legal clearance to invite ex-RTE executives to committee. The Optus Committee on Media has received legal clearance to invite a number of former RTE executives and board members to its session next Wednesday. RTE controversial, the PAC aftermath and the next step. So that's according to that. So I'm not sure about Mr. Tubridy. Will he be invited to give a thing? He probably will be forced to do it. That's what I think myself. His radio show is still being Oliver Callan is on at the moment, I see, and it's not looking good anyway. That he'll be coming back at the moment anyway. So that's on that. So then, four complainants give evidence in Kevin Spacey trial. That's on at the moment, and Argo was on there tonight, and that's Alan Arkin is in that. That was they showed a clip of that. That was on earlier on there. So I was just then going to go through the usual. If you get me back here, the usual Bray People news. So I'm saying I'm well into this podcast now. It just says on the front page, preschool to close down after 24 years. That's the owner of a preschool which has been operating for 24 years at the local school has been forced to close her business after the school said it can no longer accommodate her and the children due to their own capacity issues. So that's rented classrooms in Ravenwood Primary School since 1999. So that's the story that's on this. And members of the public told it's this or nothing for New School. Members of the public who attend a presentation on the plans for the new building project at Loretta School have been told it's this or nothing. Or school representative outlined details for the 34 million project with set to increase capacity to 1,000 students. So that's that story then on the front page, and then with more than Bray Preschool is forced to close after 24 years. That's a front page article. And Bray residents told is this or nothing as the Loretta plan reveals. Wicklow TD welcomes the arrival at long-awaited Kilmac bus shelter, per se. And that's then the page 3. And then man who sexually assaulted girl jailed as sentence ruled out lenient. And Bray Street to go get bollards as e-bikes finally arrive. I see them things are going up there, so I see they're going up, and them these bikes. There's a whole lot of them there. The e-bikes in Bray, I see, and all over the place. Progress made to restore Bray to Clifford Committee. And then new piano adds class for Greystone commuters. The school celebrates 9 green flag, and as I showed Simon Harris there. And fire crews rush to battle car blaze. Firefighters from Bray and Greystone gain praise for saving lives. The emergency service has written to the chief officer of Bray after a potential fatal incident was averted involving 2 passengers of a single vehicle which had overturned and burst into flames just outside Greystone on Thursday evening, June the 22nd, and there's pictures there of it. So it was a terrible disaster, I see, and dogs found blind and malnourished find new homes, the Cocker Spaniel and the King Charles. These stories are terrible about the dogs, and you get a lot of them there. It's terrible, really, and so there, and then St. David's to remove temporary classrooms. And then this Bray Rowing Club launches new skiff, Amos Clubhouse Tormore. And nursing home crisis raised. That's several nursing homes in County Wicklow met with the senators at Leinster House last week to outline severe funding crisis faces the private and voluntary nursing home. So then that's just a bit about that. I see the Hyundai well into the cars, electric eye, and the Kona is here. There's a new Kona coming out, kind of. It looks a bit different in the front, actually. And then I'm just going to go through this quick. Uh, there's an article there. Desire to achieve drove Greystone man through 60-hour swimming challenge. Damien Wild set out to swim 1K in 32 counties in just 3 days after the grueling challenge. So it's great stuff there. And then it's time to make a break for Bray as festival begins, from music to movies. As I was saying there, the air display, which will be on the 29th of July and the 30th, big event. Needless to say, darts will be busy, parking for visitors. After the thing that happened last week, you to say. And then there's a fireworks the night on August the 7th, Sky over Bray. So that'd be interesting as well. So a movie made by Wicklow director hit Netflix. The trailer has a trailing new documentary by Greystone director Laura McGann has just released. The Deepest Breast tells the story of Italian free diver and the Irish expert safety diver. So that's on this. Mary Coughlin brings her life stories to the stage in Greystones in July, I'd say. And then guided walks to explore habitats and flora of Glensmall Valley. New farm safety welcomes measures, I see. And in Blessington, it's all about farming. That's the farming thing. And then the article then in the paper, Deirdre McCormick has become a household name as she leads Blessington campaign for a pool. But the former Abbey Theatre stage manager told reporter David Mackler that her activism started when she was a child, and she once washed Rosa Carroll Kelly's rugby shorts. So that's that article then on that. And Donald proposed in Pineapple Garden in Hawaii, of all the places. It was romantic. So that's on that article there, and it's a good few pages. Wicklow avoided drop. The Wicklow ladies avoided the drop. They're staying the same. Intermediate, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. And then athletics, all ages are out in force. So I'm just going through this quick. And then there was another match there the other day, Senior Football Division 1. AGM hang on to avoid drop. AGM 11 points, St. Patrick's 1-6. So, and that's on the score then. And then Dunlavin and Kilkenny, that match was 115. Kilkenny 1-9. That was in Division 2, SFL Division 2. And then Kiltegan have promotion in their sights. Kiltegan 312. Kilmechanic 1-2, 110. That's that score. And I see Shawnee Furlong was playing, so that was a good score there. So he's still playing. And then children have fun in the sun. This is it just shows you the Wicklow hurlers there with the Nicky Rackett Cup. Wicklow senior hurlers David Maloney and Luke Evans joined the thing in there. So widespread sorrow after death of Christine Morehouse in his Tinahely. I don't know who that now. Or Mulhall. I mean, the death of Christine Mulhall has provoked sorrow in his native Tinahely and in the GA community throughout the country. The Mulhall family. So that's on that. I made a mistake there. Sorry about that. So. And then All Ireland Intermediate Football Championship, Wicklow edge out Offaly to secure status. Wicklow 2-9, Offaly 13 points. So that was the Wicklow ladies. They avoided the drop there. So I see. So then I'm well into the paper. And then in Charlie Bourne Cup final, it was Rathnew AFC 4, Newtown United 4. So that was that score. So I'm just going through quick. There's a good few on soccer things. Proud night for Wicklow for Amelia and Quinn in the FAA Awards. See, and then Grey Wonders. This was the last match. It was Grey Wonders 3, Kerry 2, and the match tonight I think was 1-1. It was a draw. So, and then there's other things. 40 Scandals is an article as well. David Luby. RT scandal shows Irish celebrity culture isn't worth paying for. It puts up off people paying for a license. So the message RT top brass should be getting from the Irish public this week is that no, we won't feel turbidy is worth it, but we haven't lost faith, trust in you, our national broadcaster, our eyes, mouth, and ears. The organisation has been looking for money to keep it afloat for a long time. So that article there on the paper there, and Street Feast movement catches in barbecue there. So and then this week's chef uh, Edward Hayden. He has this week's beef burger. It looks nice. For us to be there for that. And then Kim Mechanic already there. Pictures and out and about there. So that's then that, and then if I can get the other, I usually go through what the vet says. If I can get that, there's an article then about the Renault Megane, the new car electric. It's and then the car that's on this an article there is the new Volvo EX30. The EX30 also aims to make your life more convenient, more relaxing. You can choose what Ford distinct a 10. I'm sure that's electric as well. They're all going for electric as well. Flying Suzuki's on the horizon. It's a flying Suzuki mode has signed a basic agreement with SkyDrive for the manufacture of flying cars. So that's interesting enough, isn't it? So that's on that paper there. So and then there's a picture I see of in Ireland's own It's on this one. Father Murphy's final march. David Mullen recalls the Wexford priest's epic and ill-fated march to ignite a rebellion in the Midlands during the 1798 uprising. That's in that bit about the Ireland zone. So there's nothing then more about the RTE saga there. Just the usual thing. And then I'm on to the vet. He has an article then about the dog there. It just says algae and fungi can poison pets in warm water. Dogs that love water are high risk from blue-green algae. That's dangerous. That's when the water isn't clear, I think, and that can be dangerous for dogs. That's what he says in the article. It's rare for Ireland to experience prolonged periods of warm weather, but when it happens, we need to be aware of the new possible risks to our pets. And then there's an article there. Cookie will be heading off to Africa very soon. The cookie, seldom seen and rarely heard, will shortly be leaving our shores for its wintry grounds in Africa. It's a lovely bird there by the picture. And then the films Indiana Jones, I see, is on Tuesday. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal Skull. It's on film 4. It's on 2008. That was made. And there's Aliens. That's on Monday. And then Bridges of Spies. That's on Sunday. So that's another good film. And this week in 1990, guess what song it was? Put 'em Under Pressure. And Give It a Lash, Jack. So that's there. And Put 'em Under Pressure spent 13 weeks on the top. I didn't know that myself. So that's all the Bray People news this week. I went through all that. So I went through a good few bit of news. There's nothing more to say, only I'm sure for the rest of the week will be investigation into RTE, Donnybrook, Mount Rose. As I say, I don't know what's going to happen out of that, but it's been on the radio a good bit as well. I can't say that. So thanks for listening, and I'll be back with another exciting. I hope you enjoyed the Saturday show to a new format here. Saturday show at 1. I hope you enjoyed it, and there's a good few things there in that about RTE, Great People News, Irish Independent. I didn't do coming soon. I'll make another podcast, but looking forward to the matches over the weekend, the Gaelic matches. 2 matches on Saturday, GA Go, and then 2 matches on RTE1. So who'll win it? Anyone's guess, but so I hope you enjoyed my podcast today, and I'll be back with another one again coming soon. So thanks for listening. Bye.